Welcome to the intricate and fascinating world of ecosystems. An ecosystem is a community of living organisms and their physical environment, all interconnected in a delicate balance. From the lush rainforests to the arid deserts, ecosystems are the foundation of life on Earth. They provide us with essential services such as clean air, water, and food. Understanding ecosystems is crucial for appreciating the interconnectedness of life and for ensuring the health of our planet. Imagine a coral reef, a bustling metropolis beneath the waves. Coral polyps, algae, fish, sharks, and countless other organisms form a complex web of interactions. They depend on each other for food, shelter, and survival. This intricate web of life is what defines an ecosystem. Ecosystems are teeming with life, a vibrant tapestry woven from diverse organisms. These living components, known as biotic factors, can be broadly categorized into three groups: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, such as plants and algae, form the foundation of the ecosystem. They harness the sun's energy through photosynthesis, converting it into chemical energy in the form of sugars. Consumers, including herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, obtain energy by feeding on other organisms. Decomposers, such as bacteria and fungi, play a vital role in breaking down dead organisms and waste products, recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. Picture a lone wolf howling in a snowy forest. This predator relies on the deer and other prey animals that feed on the vegetation, which in turn depends on sunlight and nutrients from the soil. Each organism plays a crucial role in the intricate web of life. While living organisms form the heart of an ecosystem, the non-living components, known as abiotic factors, provide the stage upon which life unfolds. These physical and chemical factors shape the environment and influence the distribution and abundance of organisms. Sunlight, the ultimate source of energy for most ecosystems, drives photosynthesis and influences temperature variations. Temperature affects the metabolic rates of organisms and determines the types of plants and animals that can survive in a particular habitat. Water, essential for all life, varies in availability and salinity, shaping the adaptations of organisms. Soil, a complex mixture of minerals, organic matter, and organisms, provides anchorage for plants and serves as a reservoir of nutrients. Consider the stark beauty of a desert landscape. The scorching sun, low rainfall, and nutrient-poor soil create a challenging environment where only highly adapted organisms like cacti and reptiles can thrive. Energy flows through an ecosystem, constantly being transformed and transferred from one organism to another. This flow of energy is unidirectional, starting with the sun and passing through different trophic levels. Producers, the first trophic level, capture solar energy and convert it into chemical energy through photosynthesis. Herbivores, the second trophic level, consume producers, obtaining a portion of the stored energy. Carnivores, occupying higher trophic levels, feed on other animals, further transferring energy. At each trophic level, energy is lost as heat through respiration and metabolic processes. Imagine an energy pyramid, with producers forming the broad base and apex predators at the narrow top. As energy flows from one level to the next, only about 10% is transferred, highlighting the inefficiency of energy transfer in ecosystems. Section 5. Food chains. Links in life's necklace. Food chains depict the linear pathways of energy flow in an ecosystem, connecting organisms through a series of feeding relationships. Each link in the chain represents a trophic level, with arrows indicating the direction of energy transfer. For example, in a grassland ecosystem, a simple food chain might look like this: grass as the producer, then grasshopper, the herbivore, followed by shrew, the carnivore, and finally, the owl, the top carnivore. This chain illustrates how energy flows from the sun to the grass, then to the grasshopper that eats the grass, and so on. Picture a meadow where a hawk soars overhead. The hawk might prey on a snake, which in turn might have eaten a mouse that fed on grass. This interconnectedness highlights the delicate balance within an ecosystem. Section 6. Food webs, the interwoven tapestry of life. In reality, ecosystems are far more complex than simple food chains can depict. Food webs provide a more realistic representation of feeding relationships, showing the interconnectedness of multiple food chains. In a food web, organisms can occupy multiple trophic levels and consume a variety of prey. For instance, an owl might feed on shrews, mice, voles, and other small animals, each of which has its own set of prey. Food webs highlight the complexity and interdependence of organisms within an ecosystem. Imagine a spider web, its intricate threads representing the complex feeding relationships in an ecosystem. Each strand connects different organisms, emphasizing the interconnectedness of life. Section 7. Nutrient cycles, the circle of life. Unlike energy, which flows unidirectionally through an ecosystem, nutrients cycle continuously between living organisms and the physical environment. These biogeochemical cycles ensure that essential elements, such as carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus, are constantly available for life. The carbon cycle involves the exchange of carbon dioxide between the atmosphere, oceans, and living organisms. Photosynthesis removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, while respiration and decomposition release it back. The nitrogen cycle relies on bacteria to convert atmospheric nitrogen into forms usable by plants, which are then consumed by animals. The water cycle involves the continuous movement of water between the atmosphere, oceans, land, and living organisms through evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and transpiration. Picture a raindrop falling from the sky. This water might have evaporated from the ocean, condensed into clouds, and fallen on a mountaintop, eventually flowing into a river and back to the sea, completing the cycle. Section 8. Ecosystem dynamics, change and renewal. Ecosystems are not static entities, but are constantly changing and evolving in response to both internal and external factors. Ecological succession, the process of change in an ecosystem over time, is a fundamental concept in ecology. Primary succession occurs on bare rock or other substrates devoid of life, such as after a volcanic eruption or glacial retreat. Pioneer species such as lichens and mosses colonize the bare rock, gradually breaking it down and creating soil. Over time, other species such as grasses, shrubs, and trees establish themselves, leading to a more complex and stable ecosystem. Secondary succession occurs after a disturbance, such as a fire or flood, in an area where soil is already present. This process is generally faster than primary succession, as the soil already contains seeds and organic matter. Imagine a time-lapse video of a barren landscape transforming into a lush forest over centuries. This process of change and renewal highlights the dynamic nature of ecosystems. Section 9. Human impact, our footprint on the planet. Human activities have profound impacts on ecosystems worldwide, often disrupting the delicate balance of nature. Habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change are among the most significant threats facing ecosystems today. Deforestation, urbanization, and agriculture are destroying habitats at an alarming rate, leading to biodiversity loss and ecosystem degradation. Pollution from industrial activities, agriculture, and transportation is contaminating air, water, and soil, harming wildlife and human health. Climate change, driven by the burning of fossil fuels, is altering temperature and precipitation patterns, disrupting ecosystems and threatening species survival. Picture an aerial view of a once pristine rainforest now scarred by logging roads and clear cuts. This image serves as a stark reminder of the impact humans are having on the planet. Section 10. Conservation and sustainability. Safeguarding our future. Protecting and restoring ecosystems is essential for ensuring the health of our planet and the well-being of future generations. Conservation efforts and sustainable practices are crucial for mitigating human impact and preserving biodiversity. Establishing protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife refuges, helps conserve biodiversity and safeguard critical habitats. Sustainable agriculture practices, such as crop rotation and reduced pesticide use, minimize environmental impact while ensuring food security. Reducing carbon emissions through renewable energy and energy efficiency measures is crucial for combating climate change. Imagine a group of volunteers planting trees in a once deforested area. Their efforts represent a hopeful step towards restoring balance to our planet. By embracing conservation and sustainability, we can help ensure a healthy and vibrant future for all.